Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Is it just my imagination, or is it starting to look like night outside? It's not supposed to change from day to night just yet. Oh my, that scared the crap out of me. Somebody walked by my window and it looked like somebody was in here. It's the shadows. Anyway, so I'm pretty much starting in the same place I did in the last video, except now I have my 43 rupees. And if you, on your way to this building, you get a little tutorial from this girl up here. It'll tell you about targeting and stuff, but I can explain all that later, so... This guy's so short he can barely get over the counter. Jeez, I'd hate to see the way he drives. Anyway, you buy the shield here. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, a lot of the classic sound effects from the original Zelda games, as per usual, are carried over into this one, so that's always a welcome addition, or should I say carryover from previous games. Anyway, oh no, I can't really buy anything else. What do you got to say? This shop sells things you can get in the forest for free. Teehee. No, not really. Yeah, whatever. So let's head on over there now. Oh, but we should probably make sure we have our stuff equipped first, or else he's not going to let us buy. So, stop with Link in a crouching position there. Alright, let's equip the shield. How do you like me now, badass? If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. What's that? Oh, you have a Deku Shield. And what's that? Is that the procuring sword? Good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? Hey, that's fighting words right there. I, the great Midol, will never let you accept you as one of us. Pfft, shoot, how did you get to be the favorite of Saria on the Great Deku Tree? Huh? Oh, he's jealous because I got to be the favorite of Saria because he wanted that pussy and now he's never gonna get it. Anyway, so we come on through here, and this is where you start to see your first enemy, so you can lock on with Z. Well, wait, lock on with Z, right? No, you lock on with something else. Anyway, well, I usually don't lock on that much, actually. I like to just play it like an old Zelda game. So you get a Deku Dick here, Deku Stick, I know. But, again, whatever. Anyway, yes, when you want to put it away, stand still, blah, blah, blah. So you can actually set that as one of your items up here, one of your C items. This is going to be hard, actually, using the C stick like this, but I'm going to have to get used to it, so I'll set it to C down. And you can set 3 different items up there, as you see. That makes it so much more useful than like in the old Zelda games when you'd have to just set one item there and use it. Now you can set 3 different items, so you have instant access to all of them. Thou hast returned. Capri-sun, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber, this sentence right here, thy slumber these past moons must have been restless. I mean, seriously. Normally they'd say your sleep these last nights, but he says thy slumber, and then refers to the nights as moons, like, wow. Sometimes it's a little bit overkill, but I guess it's not too bad. Anyway, the tree's been cursed, and we need to break the curse with our wisdom and courage. Actually, we're gonna do it with our sword, but, you know, same difference, I guess. Yes, we have the courage. So he opens his big mouth and we gotta go inside. He doesn't tell the story just yet. Well, he told a little bit of it there and I kind of skipped over it. Sorry about that. So I'll listen to her words of wisdom. More like her inane ramblings more than anything else. Anyway, so let's roll on in here. And when I say roll, I mean that literally. I actually like that expression. The Tigers Are Here uses that a lot. And I'll actually be reminded to use it because of Link's rolling and all that. You can actually roll to, like, move faster, you know, to get around in places. I don't usually do it a lot because I don't like listening to Link, you know, shouting like that. Or he's not really shouting, but, you know. Anyway, so we gotta head on up the sides here. Really, the only way to get through this dungeon is going up the sides like this, so... Yeah, there's vines growing on the wall, and we can climb those. Right. Stop by here at the treasure chest and whoops. And get used to the controls here. This is basically the first dungeon in the game. It's interesting that they just thrust you right into this rather than like setting you free and just letting you explore, but then again, I guess they don't want people, you know, going around and getting super powerful before they go to the first dungeon. Okay, so we got a map now. The maps in this game are really nice because you can actually see them as you're walking around rather than having to go to a subscreen. But you can go to the subscreen too and look at it if you want to. It's not too complicated. I'll show you all the different floors and which ones you've been on, which will be marked by blue. You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Or you could just take the doorknob into your hand and twist it, but they don't have doorknobs in this game. I always thought that was weird. There goes my timer. That means my explorers are done on Universe Wars. This is what it's like playing MMOs, I tell you. I'm so sick of it, I just want to take it right out of my bookmarks. Anyway. So you can, well... Wait a minute, what in the world? I did not mean to do that. Ugh. Anyway. Shoot this guy's nut back at him. For some reason, I'm having trouble figuring out how to target here. Forgive me, Master. If I give you a clue, will you let me go? Yeah, I'll let you go. When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold forward, you will roll on the ground before you land. But I can't guarantee that it will work from a really high cliff. That's what he says. Every time I'd hear that line, I would get so excited for, you know, future things to come in the game. Like a really high cliff. You know, this is the first 3D Zelda game, and when they say that, a really high cliff, you get this picture in your mind of, oh wow, this really is going to be epic. Now, I never really thought of this before, but you can actually skip this platform here, and then just use it on the way back so that you don't have to shoot the ladder down, which is how you would normally get out. Because when you step on that platform, it's going to disappear, so... Anyway, this will be our first side weapon, besides the sword. We got the fairy slingshot. I never thought of it as a fairy slingshot, but okay. When I pushed Z earlier, it took out the Deku Stick. I don't know why it did that. Maybe I accidentally pushed C down at the same time. Yeah, I pushed Z and it took out the Deku Stick. How weird is that? Anyway. Alright, so let's go to... I never noticed that. It says Z right there. No, actually, I'd rather have that on Y. Hey, wait a second. Y, X. Okay, so I guess you can use Y, X, and Z for these weapons, huh? I didn't realize that. Well, that's kind of cool, actually. So, or not Y, X, and Z, but, well, yeah, Y, X, and Z. And you can shoot the ladder down here like this. Or you could just jump across the platform, which is going to disappear, as you can see. Alright. Yeah, also, if you want to if you want to turn the camera around so that it's behind you, you can do that at any time you want to by pressing L. That was always a really useful feature. I wish they'd had that in Super Mario 64, because I love it. Anyway. So before we climb these vines, we're going to have to target. I've got to figure out how to... Okay, there we go. Apparently targeting is L. I think they must have, like, didn't change the dialogue right in the game or something, because I could have sworn she said Z is targeting. And I think on the original N64, crap, he's gonna get me. I forgot to shoot him before I came up here. Well, stop playing Metal Gear here and just shoot him. Jeez. Alright, but you can't target him because he's too far away, so you have to hold the button down and look up and boom. Well, you can aim better than that. No, dude. Yeah, like I said, I'm out of practice a little bit here. I'm gonna have to get used to this. I promise you I won't have this much failure in subsequent dungeons. Of course, I may have more so because I don't quite remember my way around those as well. By the way, if you want to see a really good LP of this game, I would recommend watching Uzumaki 1. He did an LP of it, and it was practically a speedrun. I mean, he was so good at this, I was astounded just watching him. Just seeing everything and all the different things you have to do here. Yeah, I'm gonna start actually by going over here. Oops. Thank goodness he didn't run. This is a gold Skulltula here. There are 100 of these hidden throughout the game. When you beat them, they will drop a token. And for every 10 of those that you get, up to 50, you can get a treasure from someone in the town. And then you get another treasure for 100, which is actually really a joke. The stuff that you get up to 50 is good, but if you get all 100 of them, the reward for that is like really... Holy cows, it's pretty underwhelming considering all you went through to get them. You think it would be like something like a... You know, they should have made that the ultimate weapon, like the big Goron sword, for instance. It's one of those weapons you can get if you go through a little bit of a trouble through a side quest. But if they had made that the reward for 100 gold Skulltulas, I think that would have been cooler, but whatever. Haha! It's another Deku Stick. Get as many of those as you can, at least for now, because you're going to need them. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and guess what we got here? We got a Deku Nut! So now we got the Dick and the Nut. Pretty soon we're going to have Seed, and then all we need is... never mind. I pushed that one a little too hard there. So we'll take out the Deku Stick here, light it up, bring it over here. There's a lot of puzzles in this game that require, like, basic common sense. And sometimes it's easy to overlook something really obvious and end up getting stuck. So sometimes what you have to do is remember that, you know, not to underestimate the gamers, or the creators' creativity with the game. And just, you know, try everything and anything, because you never know what you're capable of, or what they will make you capable of in the game. So anyway, I'm running out of time here, so much as I hate to, I think I'm going to have to stop here. So in the next video, we're going to jump off a cliff.